Guys, if you like making money, which I know you do not want to miss this one. Guys, welcome to the Mr. Bubbles channel, where we dish out awesome pressure washing business advice to beginners. I got a good one for you guys. Remember, we're talking about foundational things that you guys need to master these principles. My goal is for you to have them mastered before the start of next season. Let's say by next April, May, you guys are rocking and rolling in each one of these areas, because eventually I want to start talking about more advanced techniques for you guys, but these are foundational principles for new people because they are attainable within, like, let's say 6 to 8 months. And then also they're not too, let's say, expensive for you to incorporate these into your company. So let's talk about this. So number one thing that we're talking about is boots on the ground marketing. This is something that I want you guys to focus on. About a month ago, I had a meeting with my team here, Mr. Bubbles, and this is what we talked about. A phrase that kept coming up was going back to basics, right? Here, we're going back to how we built the company, like the foundational principles, marketing principles we're talking about here on how we built Mr. Bubbles. And honestly, we built Mr. Bubbles using boots on the ground marketing. Now, this is something that I've talked about. I've done a video on this same topic before. I have a PDF. It's a one-page PDF, okay? And I'll just email that to you. It's got 10 very, very specific things. When I'm talking about boots on the ground marketing, it's not some theoretical nonsense. They're very specific things you have to do on there. Guys, just reach out to me, email me. Of course, my email is in the description of this video. I will send that to you, and you can literally go, okay, number one, I got to do this, number two, this, number three, this, etc. Now, for us, our focus when it comes to boots on the ground marketing is going to be our postcards. I've talked about this a lot here on the channel. I'll put up here for you guys so you can see our design of our 6x9. It's not something you need to take a screenshot or anything like that, because I can email you. And of course, I say this all the time. You guys want to copy success, so I would copy this design, use it in your own market, because it's going to work great for you. But here's my point. So our goal next year is to go through 50,000. You heard that right. 50,000 of these postcards. We're going to be doing roughly about 1,200 to 1,500 a week. We got a team that's going to be distributing those out. Obviously, you guys are not going to be able to do it in that sort of scale. But let's say, you go through 10,000. 10,000 of these things will cost you, some number around $1,500. And, of course, the company that we use to make these is cheapdoorhangers.com. I've been recommending them ever since the beginning of the channel. Cheap door hangers. I'll put this up here for you guys. Cheapdoorhangers.com is where we order ours. But anyway, so to order 10,000, it's going to run you around $1,200, $1,400, something like that. And it will last you the entire season. That's what I recommend you guys do, because you guys got to remember this. Consumers, customers, right? They want to do business with people they know, they trust, and they like. So you got to make sure that you have a solid boots on the ground marketing strategy for your company, because this is definitely going to take you to the next level. Now, you remember this, guys, because we talked about this in the previous episode. The foundation of any marketing, okay? Any marketing, it starts with GMB, Google My Business. We talked about that in great length. You guys know I'm doing a separate video on that. But, I am assuming that you guys already got that. That's already in the works. You guys are going to spend this winter optimizing that to your best of your ability. Assuming that your GMB is already on point, these are the next 5 things that you want to focus on. Start with boots on the ground marketing. Number 2, face-to-face marketing. Now, this is something that we're investing a lot into as well. Again, this is all part of the same thing, right? Like, just getting your name and your face in front of people. Now, when I'm talking about face-to-face marketing, essentially the two biggest things that we're talking about here is doing a lot of door-to-door sales, just going out there and knocking on doors, and then also networking, which is something, wow, besides pricing and marketing, definitely networking is one of those things I talk the most about on this channel. As a matter of fact, guys, I wanted to tell you this quick story. So this past week, we did 2 commercial jobs. You guys asked me about commercial. Here in the Mr. Bubbles channel, we're like 80-20, 80% residential, 20% commercial. And this past week, we did 2 huge commercial jobs, and both of them came from networking. One of them was a post-construction cleaning of like a big, what is that called? A gas station they just built here in our area. And then the other one was the barracks for the Maryland State Police. We did their entire building, and we just put in a contract to do like 4 or 5 more buildings for them. So the bottom line is both of those jobs came to us because of networking. Okay. So again, I'm not breaking down networking here for you because it's something we've done 2 or 3 videos already on the topic, but I suggest you guys get on this, jump on this, because in my case, guys, I've often have said this. One of the biggest mistakes I made in my company, which have been, there's several big mistakes, but this is one of them. I didn't start doing any kind of networking until I was in year number 7. Right around there is when I kind of started to do it. And then year number 8 and 9, I got really, really big. Well, this year coming up, like I am dumping a lot into networking. As a matter of fact, over this winter, we already signed up for about 13 events. Networking events. And then also, I mentioned this also in a previous video, we're going to be hosting our own event. Now, I'm not ready to talk about that because I'm going to explain to you guys how we're doing our own event, but when I actually do it, because I plan to record from there and talk about that and all that. So stay tuned for that. But like I was saying, not just networking, guys, like actually get out there. Here's what I want you guys to start to do. We've already talked about the importance of having a sales pitch, right? Make sure you memorize your pitch. Get out there, guys. Talk to at least 100 commercial people a month and 100 residential. Now, when I say commercial, it might be your, going to real estate offices, going to property managers' offices, going to small local businesses. Like that's how we picked up a salon we recently did. We did what's it called? The walkway in front of the salon. Another one is an ice cream parlor we just did a couple weeks ago. We did a concrete area of an ice cream parlor. All of these things we've gotten because we actually go into those businesses and we say, small pitch, you walk up, hey, how you doing? My name is John Doe. We do all the pressure washing here in this area. Here's my card. Whenever you guys need it, just make sure you contact us. Now, you want to talk to the manager or the person in charge, not the person there behind the counter, but you do that with your car dealerships, guys. We've done like 90% of the car dealerships here in our town by using that same technique. So get out there. And then the other thing is look for dirty homes in neighborhoods all throughout your community. Go up and knock on doors and literally just say your pitch to people. Guys, we need to get back to basics, and part of getting back to that basis is also doing a lot of face-to-face marketing. Again, this is a skill set. So, if you're not good, if you don't feel comfortable doing this, it's okay. You need to get out there and practice, because the more you practice, the better you're going to get at it. Number 3 on our list is the only paid online form of marketing that we're doing. I said this a couple videos ago. We're not doing anything with Yelp, which we've done a lot with Yelp in the past. We're not doing anything with Facebook, nothing with Google in terms of like paid ads, okay? I don't recommend that for you guys, but I do heavily recommend Nextdoor, and here's why. So what I like about Nextdoor is that it creates social proofing. Now, if you guys don't know what social proofing is, essentially it's the new way of saying keeping up with the Joneses, right? So people see you working in their neighborhood. It creates like a trust factor because they say to themselves, hey, if they're good enough for my neighbors, they're good enough for me. So that's what I like about it. It creates a lot of branding and social proofing. So I highly recommend that. But then also, guys, it's very inexpensive. Like there might be different prices depending on what part of the country you're in. But for us here, we get charged $125 a month, and it goes out to 110 neighborhoods. So it's just an ad. You sign up for this thing. It's an app, right? You put it on your phone, and then it alerts you whenever people respond to the ad. It alerts you, and you can interact with people and then get their numbers. Now, I'm also going to say this. I've mentioned this a lot. Fiverr.com. You can hire all kinds of freelancers there. Once I have the design, I'll put it up here for you guys, but I've ordered 5 different freelancers to make me a new design that we're going to be rocking in 2024. I always suggest, guys, whenever you hire anybody on Fiverr to do a design for you, you want to go with at least 3 different people to get 3 different ideas, and then usually you'll really fall in love with one of them. In our case here, we got 5 people. All 5 people just happen to be $15. So we spent $75 to get 5 different designers to design for us a new ad. And then what I really like about Nextdoor is that not only isn't it inexpensive or cheap, but you can automate it. So we put our ad there, you automate it, it automatically charges your card, and then you're just interacting with people and bringing them to an actual live conversation. Now, I got 2 more things to talk to you guys about, but before I do, let me tell you real quick about my business in a box. Guys, quick announcement. I've created a digital product called Mr. Bubbles Business in a Box. Check this out. Okay, so the Mr. Bubbles Business in a Box is actually a thumb drive that we're going to send to you guys to your physical address. And when you get this thumb drive, you're going to see a folder that's called Box in it. And then when you open it, you're going to see all of these files right here, guys, all of these folders. And guys, this thing has over 500 files, anything and everything I've ever created from my business. So all of the blueprints, training modules, documents, all of the things that you guys constantly email me about, your pricing PDF, your for example, your marketing blueprints, anything that you could need for your business is in here. That's why we call it a business in a box. One of the things that I really like about this is, guys, check out all of these pictures. So you have a total of 300 before and after pictures that you guys can add to your website and your Facebook and your Google My Business. And check this out. So there's a folder called Google SEO. And the pictures already have the SEO words in them. And this one photo right here has over 300. This specific folder has 190 pictures, but all in all, it's over 300 pictures. Look at some of these pictures, guys. Amazing before and afters pictures for you guys to be able to add to all of your social medias and whatnot. This is going to help you get a lot of customers. And of course, your edible postcards are on here. And then finally, you got training videos on here as well, guys. Like, for example, the video on how to optimize your Google My Business, the Mr. Bubbles. You got several videos. So they're like training modules. You got all the PDFs. The bottom line, guys, is this. This is going to help you with your business. So don't miss out. Make sure that you email us so you can get your business in a box today. In order to get your business in a box, you just got to hit the link in the description of this video. And I say this all the time on the channel, guys. The more you know, the more you grow. That's how come I decided to create this business in a box, because it has everything in there you need to be able to grow your business. And I really, really believe that this is going to be a game changer for you. Guys, you do not want to miss out on this one. All right, guys, number 4 on our list, we're talking about target marketing. Man, of all the different forms of marketing, I would say this one is by far my favorite. Target marketing is what you guys want to focus on. What I recommend you guys do, watch a lot of videos, not specific to the industry necessarily, but watch a lot of videos explaining and doing deep dives into target marketing. And if you can, if you're the type of person who likes to read, even buy a book, buy a couple books over this winter and study up and become experts at target marketing, because that's where the game is at, guys. Because, this is the bottom line. I'm going to tell you guys this quick story. I don't think I've ever mentioned this before. So before I started Mr. Bubbles, a few months, like 8 months before I started the company, I have this buddy. He has a cleaning company, but they clean like inside the house. And one night I went with him to do marketing to help him out. What we were doing is he had made these flyers, like 8.5 by 11, like regular sheet size flyers. And I was sitting in a passenger door, and we were driving through the neighborhood at night. This was like around 8, 9 o'clock at night. And his team, his people, I guess his wife and stuff, they had already folded them, and we were just putting them on the flags, those little red flags of the mailboxes. Now, we did like a couple thousand of these and together, and man, guys, like he picked up so many customers doing that. It's not even funny. Like he basically blew up his company because he had ordered 50,000 of these. I remember they were real nice. They were like a yellow paper. They had a really cool design, black ink. It really stood out. So anyway, I'm telling you that story to tell you this. So when I started Mr. Bubbles, that was one of the first forms of marketing that I did. I copied exactly what he had done. And then one night, except what I did is I had ordered mine flyers through Vistaprint. It was like a really nice design. And I had ordered, I think like 3,000 or 5,000. And I spent like a couple of weeks doing the same thing every night. I'd go out by myself and I'd put these in these mailboxes. And guess what, guys? I got no response at all. So using the same formula, the exact same formula that my buddy used to build his company, I used and it didn't work for us. Why? Great marketing concept. It just didn't work for our industry. Not all marketing concepts and ideas work for all industries. You guys get that? So little by little, I started to see what worked and what didn't work. So about 3 months after that, I got into doing door hangers. A lot of you guys ask me about door hangers, why I don't do door hangers. And I did. I used to. We ordered 10,000 door hangers. Really, really cool design. Really, really neat. And we went through roughly right around 5,000. And we got 3 phone calls. And one of those phone calls was a woman who complained that we put a door hanger on her door. So it didn't work for us either. Here in this area, those 2 forms of marketing did not work. That is how eventually, by a process of elimination, I came to the postcard. That's why I tell you guys, focus on the postcard because we know they work. We've already been through a bunch of different forms of marketing that don't work. Guys, over here in the back here, we in our shop, we have a storage facility thing, and I have a box of 5,000 postcards. Not postcards. What are those things? Door hangers. The original door hangers that we did that I ordered 10,000. I still got 5,000 sitting in a box. That's what 8, 9 years old. They're just sitting there because they don't work for our industry. Postcards work really well because you can have like the pictures and that box that goes on there that says your neighbor just got a house wash with us. That's what works for our industry. So I recommend you guys make that an integral, a very important part of your business because with those, going back to target marketing, you guys can just go search out dirty homes, dirty businesses, and just walk up, give them a postcard, and it's going to lead to a lot of business for you. In my experience, guys, this is just my experience here in my area, we're getting about 10 to 15 customers for every 1,000 of these that we do. So if you do 10,000, that's going to lead you to 150 jobs. But guess what? Then you're out there, you're talking to neighbors, people see you, people seeing you driving around because you have marketing in your vehicle, and you're following all the other blueprints that we talk about, and bam, you're picking up customers. Number 5 on our list, we're talking about passive forms of marketing. Now, there's essentially 2 camps of marketing, right? You have passive and you have active. Active marketing is marketing that you got to do consistently over and over and over again for it to give you results. Example of that is Facebook. You run a Facebook ad this month, you get some phone calls, then next month you don't run any ads on Facebook, it stops working. You got to keep doing it consistently. Same with yard signs. Now, passive forms of marketing are forms of marketing where, you initially you invest some time, energy, effort, and money, right? But then it keeps giving you results, a year later, 2 years later, 5 years later. Great example. the very first full vehicle wrap that we did was our enclosed trailer. This trailer is 7 or 8 years old now. And to this day, it's still getting us business. Now, I think I paid at the time, I want to say it was $2,800 it's an enclosed trailer, right? So we wrapped the entire trailer. I think it was right around $2,800. And here it is, 7, 8 years later, it's still getting us results. Also, you guys have seen pictures of my personal vehicle, the Expedition. Guys, I mean, that's another one. That's 7 years old as well. Keeps getting me business even after all these years. I've mentioned this in several videos that we've done where I got the house wash because of the Expedition. So anyway, the bottom line is passive forms of marketing is where it's at because they are cheaper, I should say, less expensive, right? Inexpensive for you guys that you guys are starting out because again, initially you're investing some money, energy, time, and effort, and then it keeps giving you results. So things like your uniforms, things like wraps on your vehicle or marketing on your vehicle. One of the things that I wanted to talk to you guys about when we're talking about passive forms of marketing is the A-frame signs. I've mentioned this a lot before on the channel. Guys, one of the things that we're doing, besides having the A-frame in front of your truck, like instead of using cones, we use the A-frames because, it works a lot better and it helps you to get customers, right? But one of the things that we're doing is we did this with 5 churches this past year. Next year, we want to increase that number to 10. So we went to like these big congregational churches that have 2,000-3,000 members, your big mega churches. And we told them, hey, we'll do your walkways, like the front walkways where everyone comes in for free in exchange for you letting us put our A-frame sign. This year, this has gotten us over 50 customers just because of those signs, because they say on there, this property is being maintained by Mr. Bubbles, phone number, website. So that's a passive form of marketing. Why? Because those signs cost $150, guys. And then you invest in them, you put them out, and it keeps giving you dividends. We're picking up members of the churches, and then guess what? We go out to do that member's house. We pick up the neighbor because we're doing our 5 rounds, right? And then people see us in the neighborhood, create social proofing, and then the cycle, you're creating this loop, this marketing loop for yourself. Highly recommend that. And there you have it, guys. Make sure that you focus on all 5 of those things. Guys, here at Mr. Bubbles, we are going back to basics. And to us, this is what that means. Focusing on boots on the ground, face-to-face, doing a lot of door sales. We are going to run our Next Door app all year. You just automate that. It automatically charges your card and you're interacting with people. Target marketing. Guys, this is literally bringing your service to the person that needs it the most. That's a no-brainer, guys. And then finally, your passive forms of marketing. It's going to help you save money in the long run and get a lot more customers. And I really appreciate you coming to the channel today, guys, watching this video. Highly recommend you guys tune into the next one as well. Guys, in the next episode, we're doing downstreaming a house together. Really excited about that. I really like doing I love the shop videos. I'm 50-50. I like the shop videos, but I also like, teaching you guys out in the field as well. And then also here on this video, I've mentioned a couple things that I can send out to you via PDFs. You just search out my email in the description of this video, and I will gladly send that out to you. Like, for example, the Boots on the Ground PDF. So hopefully you guys will reach out to me, and I got great resources for you on that. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bubbles out.